The Tennyson Center for Children has become one of the Rocky Mountain region's leading treatment centers for emotionally and crisis-affected children, particularly those suffering from abuse and neglect. But looking at Danny now, you will see a smiling, laughing young boy with the world ahead of him.
Kill! Call the feds on me, you fucking liar!
That is Daniel Larson. Now, a lot of you have heard about Daniel, and that's no surprise. Just under Chris Chan, I would label Daniel Larson to be one of the most documented people on the planet. And that gives me no pleasure because I've seen Chris Chan. I've fucking seen Chris Chan. But that doesn't matter. About Daniel, every single aspect of his life for the past 5 or so years has been extensively documented and put on the internet. Whether that be the dozens of TikToks he posts every single day, or his live streams, it's always something. Now, I personally learned about Daniel a couple years ago when I was sent this masterpiece by him.
Roaring thunder.
His first ever appearance on anything, though, was in 2012, when he was shown on the Tennyson Center, which was a center for children who have experienced abuse. And it's actually really depressing to watch this now, because he seems like a sweet kid back then. And it just goes to show how it just goes downhill from here on out.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being here. And it did a lot to help me. I made lots of friends. I learned how to do stuff I never knew how to do before, and it's much better now. Thank you.
Starting in like 2019, 2020, he started posting on TikTok and gained a cult following really quickly from what I'll call his, exaggerated behaviors. This can range from being tricked by others to say extremely out-of-pocket things.
Hello everyone, this is Daniel Larson. I love CP.
Or his frequent outbursts.
No, I'm not. Those people are causing the situation. Stop f***ing filming me, bitch! I'm not putting hands on you. Try me. Try me. Try me. Try me. Try me, bitch. Try me, bitch. Try me, bitch.
A lot of this, I'm sure, can be sourced back to his untreated mental illnesses, such as potentially autism, BPD, and schizophrenia. But this combination, much like Chris Chan, makes Daniel what you would call a lolcow. Can't believe I'm saying that. And to give a basic definition on what a lolcow is, it's basically someone who just gets tricked into either raging or just embarrassing themselves all over the internet. And Daniel's a part of the new generation of lolcows, much like World of T-Shirts, who is just an entirely different ballpark. I can talk about it another day. We'll see how many views this gets. And much like any classic lolcow, he gets baited into interacting with pretty much every single one of his fans, which just leads to very strange instances.
Here's a good question. Why is my comrade?
Now, Daniel, he's been through a lot of ventures. Honestly, much of which he's brought upon himself, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get into that later. He's denied a lot of help, so that makes it very hard to get him the proper care he needs. So, this in turn has made him homeless. Multiple times, might I add. He was so filthy from being homeless that he got scabies. Scabies. And that's what made me really start looking into him, because I got a TikTok on my For You page of him sleeping in a Planet Fitness locker room with scabies. And also, the day before he announced he had scabies, he was over at Disney World. So, he spread that thing harder than I spread your mouth. Because he denies help, he has no income. So he's just a notorious dine and dasher.
Listen, I don't think you understand. I can't go home until you pay your bill.
I said I was going to be paying it online. I have somebody else that's going to be paying through the app.
Okay, but you said that almost an hour ago. My shift's been over for almost an hour.
Yeah.
I really want to go home.
Right, but...
All I know is I really want to go home, and you're preventing me from getting my children into bed, and that really sucks. I was supposed to be home an hour ago.
And any money he does get from like fans or support, he just uses on worthless things like headphones, just to smash them the very next day.
If I miss this fucking bus ride, I'm gonna be fucking angry.
And of course, where would he be without the cops? He's been arrested numerous times, and in jail 7 times. 4 times because he wasn't even showing up to fucking court. 2 for assault, and one I do not know of. I honestly feel bad because he can't be anywhere for long in public because either he has some kind of outburst or his fans end up calling the place because, of course, he has to record everywhere he's at, but it always ends up the same way. He just gets kicked out.
You got a complaint that you're talking about killing people in there?
That is not true.
I'm just telling you what was said to me. So we got to take that with like the most seriousness possible.
No, absolutely.
I appreciate you buying something and coming in. I am going to have to ask you to leave.
Then this leads to what's almost as bad as Daniel. His audience. His followers feed into any delusions he has and just actively make it worse. Sometimes it's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Like one time he said how he was gonna run for president, and then another time he asked Trump to endorse him as vice president, so.
This message is for Donald J. Trump. I would love to be your vice president in the 2024 elections. Let me know if you're in.
And then ever since then, a lot of his followers still call him Mr. President. Like, it can be lighthearted like that. It's nothing crazy. But sometimes it's just way too far in what people try to get him to do.
I've already punched the security guard.
You already punched him?
Yeah, I did.
I have you on film, bitch! I have you on film, bitch! Police told me to wait in there, bitch!
Daniel, defend yourself.
Daniel, get back at him.
Defend yourself, Daniel. Spit on him, Daniel.
The guy fucking tackled me to the ground!
Like one time, he was live streaming in front of thousands of people, and he was somehow convinced to pull down his pants, cock and balls, out in front of everyone. I mean, he got banned, but Jesus Christ. This led to him talking about it at a Roe v. Wade protest, because there was an open mic.
When I was getting the 20 million views per week, that so-called management, which I later found out was fake, they ended up getting me to go onto TikTok Live and go completely nude on live. And at the time, there was 3,000 people. 3,000 people in that live. And it went worldwide viral.
Now, let me make just one thing clear. Now, if you're the kind of person to try to make someone's life worse, especially when they're mentally ill, by either calling up the place that they're at and making threats, or just finding a way to get them kicked out, or making them reveal themselves in front of thousands of people online, that's fucked up. You're just a loser. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't entirely exempt him from it, because he does love the attention, and it has gotten into his head.
Oh, say, can you see? And the rocket's red glare.
I feel really conflicted on this, because on one hand, I really want to feel bad. I really want to feel bad. But like I said, he's brought a lot of this upon himself, and he's not entirely an innocent person either.
If you take one step closer...
Get the fuck off my property!
If you take one step closer...
Get the fuck off my property!
If you take one step closer...
Get the fuck off my fucking property!
If you...
Why are you fucking here?
If you put one hand on me...
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay,
One of his most infamous sagas was when he was obsessed with Grace Vanderwaal, while she was a minor, might I add. He would make so many videos about her, or just talking about how they're in a relationship together. It got really weird.
This message is to Grace Vanderwaal and to the fans. We are officially dating. Grace Vanderwaal has told me to make this public. We are officially dating.
This got to a point where her mom had to reach out to him and tell him to stop harassing her, which gave this response. Also, I believe it was one of Daniel's, like, old managers, we'll call him, who got onto Daniel's Pinterest account and, it's really bad. They found explicit images of children and Grace while she was younger. It's bad. It's really bad. Turns out that TikTok of him being tricked wasn't that much of a lie.
I love
McRib. There was also that time he was reaching out to Cupcake Man.
I just wanted to shout out the YouTuber EDP445. I am sorry for the allegations against you. We are in this together. I have been there too. I hope we could possibly collaborate in the future.
Like, I don't really know what to say. Obviously he needs mental help, but at the same time, mental illness is 100% not an excuse for this, so I don't know, I feel gross talking about this now. And let's just jump ahead and talk about Daniel's biggest and most recent venture yet. He was arrested by the feds. To give a little context, Daniel's not afraid to make kaboom threats, we'll say.
I will bomb your house till the day you f***ing die! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you! Bomb you!
Or gay men threats at that matter.
Kill, 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 kill!
When he's having a breakdown, sometimes he'll just kind of say those things. Honestly, I'm surprised he was only now arrested for that. And that was no different here on paper. Except for one little thing. He kind of extended that threat to the FBI and the White House.
I sent a message to the feds. You f***ing don't listen to me. I will f***ing kill you too. F***ing White House too.
And since then, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this lovely mugshot of him. And here are his charges. 5 fucking counts of use or threatened use of explosive material. 1 count of interstate communication of threats, and another of use or threatened use of explosive material. His charges rack up to potentially 65 years behind bars, or $1.5 million in fines. And given his money situation I described earlier, I don't think he has that kind of moolah lying around. Do I think Danny's gonna be locked up for 65 years? Hell no. If I had to imagine what's gonna happen, I think he'll be in jail for a couple months, maybe a year or 2, and then the courts, much like Chris Chan, are gonna be like, well, what the fuck do we do? And just let him go. His lawyers are already calling his detention unlawful and asking for his immediate release, so honestly, it's just a dice roll at this point. If there's anything I want to come out of this, it's that I want Daniel to receive actual proper mental health treatment. He clearly needs it, like, there's no going around that. I'm of course never going to excuse some of his actions, definitely some of his actions. I'm just saying that he obviously needs help. Don't be a weirdo. Don't try to get him kicked out of places and whatnot, or just, harass him randomly. There's a bunch of clips online about fans trying to do that to him. You can be a troll, just don't be weird. It's like there's a fine line, you know what that is. What else is there to say? Alright, thank you for the views and the subscribers. Please give me more. Well, I'm out. Peace.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.